Bangalore, India's third most populous city with a blooming IT sector and cosmopolitan people. The mushrooming of industries has resulted in the rapid urbanization of the city. But caught up in this mad race of urbanization, we often forget that other than human beings, there are other lives too who are the rightful inhabitants of this city.
We are not the only life form on this planet. And how long can we go on pretending we are?
It's high time that people realize that pain is pain, whether it's in animals or in humans. Pain is pain, and we just need to be more sensitive towards the suffering.
What is the reason behind this? Who's behind this? That's a big question mark. You should think about this.
The incident angered the public, which in turn made the government take drastic steps.
प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है।
हाँ, क्या प्रॉब्लम?
दुकान का प्रॉब्लम, दुकान साइड में कस्टमर आने का जाने का प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है। कुछ जगह तो कस्टमर डर रहता है, ऐसा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है।
The authorities began euthanizing street dogs. This one random incident turned the people and the law against a species that has coexisted with us humans for thousands of years. What many seem to forget is that BBMP also shoulders the blame for such incidents. Garbage dumps can be found on every street in the city where dogs, cows and birds gather to forage for food. Children can be seen rummaging through piles of garbage for plastic bottles and bags. This makes them vulnerable to animal bites. Unauthorized roadside eateries dispose their waste on these street corners, which attracts these animals. In an emotional surge, the government took a very simplistic approach to a very complex urban problem. They decided to euthanize an entire species. Is culling dogs the only solution?
This was an overreaction. The circumstances of that tragedy were unique. It was an area which was chock-a-block with garbage. This poor child and his family lived right next to the garbage dump. The child was used to going out and doing his toilet in the garbage dump where the dogs usually rummage around because his father was using the toilet and stuff. These are unique circumstances. It was a breakdown of society. Just wiping them out is not the answer. So it struck me that one needs to have a rational, well thought out and consistent way of managing animal populations in the cities.
Such act of insensitivity is not confined to this one incident. This is Princey. The Ijipura slums were his home, but when the government, in an attempt to urbanize the area, decided to demolish the slums, Princey lost his home. What's worse is that a bulldozer ran over one of his hind legs, leaving him gravely injured. Fortunately, he was rescued by an animal lover who goes to great lengths to save and rehabilitate stray animals. Jaya Prakash is a freelance writer and has been actively involved in animal rehabilitation for the past 7 years. Princey is one of the few animals who are lucky to find a new home, thanks to people like Jaya Prakash who look out for these unfortunate animals. Like Jaya Prakash, there are other people who have dedicated their lives to the welfare of animals. These tragic stories are not limited to cats and dogs alone. Karnataka is a key contributor towards the production of meat. But how many of us know how this meat is produced? These animals are artificially bred and slaughtered. For the convenience of the butchers, these innocent animals are marked by numbers on their body by hot iron rods. Many a times, male calves are killed right after they are born. Akhila Pranidaya Sangha is one such organization which works to rescue such animals.
There is a lot of scarcity for bulls in Karnataka and all over India because the young male calves, when they are born, they have been given for slaughter. They have been sold for hardly 100 rupees a calf. Okay? And in return, these butchers, they make about 5 to 6,000 rupees by selling their flesh. Okay? And most of this calf flesh is being purchased by the 5-star and 7-star hotels.
Tasty non-veg cuisines can be found on menu cards, but the grim reality is often overlooked.
In fact, when they are transporting, they use chili powder and they put it in the eyes so that they should not shout. So they use chili powder, put it in their eyes. Many of the trucks we have found chili powder and chilies. And when they are not walking, they use the big rods, they hit them with the rod. As per the rules, they are allowed only 4 animals in a truck. But the butchers, they carry around 30, 40, 50 in a truck. So in that, what has happened, because of the place is very small and they dump it, so this horn has been cut and all these animals are injured. So like this, we have about 250 animals which are under treatment. People who are owning these cows at home, they are only bothered about the milk, how much they are getting it. And the milk what they are getting is not a good milk at all. People should not drink this milk because they are not given proper feeding to them, and they have given injections just to extract extra milk. And all these animals, people, they don't have that natural intercourse. They use semen which is artificially been injected and they have been making pregnant. So that is nothing but a rape. And people who are drinking the rape milk.
But in spite of such acts of brutality, the government has not yet taken any steps to stop this violence.
So with the permission from the veterinary doctor or any other competent authority, only then a bull or a bullock or a he buffalo can be slaughtered. Our government is not bothered to protect these animals. People tried to see that the bill has been the 1964, which is a very old bill. It has to be amended every day. Every new laws, all the old laws have been getting amended every year. But this particular cow slaughter law has been pending since 1964.
Another organization, Samabhava, rescues working horses and shelters them.
I started this NGO by name Samabhava in 2010. The aim of the NGO is to help the working equines of the city. Working equines would mostly mean working ponies. Why did I start an NGO for the working animals? Well, the answer is simple. There wasn't any exclusive NGO which focused on the many welfare aspects of working animals in the city of Bangalore or in Karnataka.
This is Biscuit. He is 28 years old, which is around 95 years for humans. He once collapsed on the road while carrying around 120 kgs of load. Samabhava found out about this incident and rescued the horse at once. Later, it was found out that Biscuit has cancer in one of his hind legs.
This leg, the right rear leg, has got a cancer in his hoof. You see these parts, they are very soft. They are basically cancer producing tissues. This V kind of a shape here, that's called as the frog of a hoof. This keeps multiplying, the cells here keep multiplying. So what we are right now doing is basically to keep the growth of this frog in check. If I press too hard, he's sensitive, he may kick. It should not be this soft, but we have to keep applying natural therapy like neem oil or homeopathy treatment like Tuja, or even allopathy treatment is also there, caustic mixture, so that the cancerous cells do not grow and multiply.
This monkey was caught in a fire in a factory. He suffered serious burns and his face was scarred. He was rescued by People for Animals, an organization that is dedicated to the welfare of animals. Another monkey, Jumri, fell down from a great height and was rescued by the same organization. He was in coma for 6 months and is out of danger right now.
So after 6 months, slowly hope returned for us. So it started to respond to sounds, and senses were very good with sound especially. So then we have, so this is how we have made it understand that it is a monkey baby. And see, every day we used to groom, and we have made it understand how to climb, how to hang. And because it is blind, when it is out of coma, it is blind.
The monkey in that way.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This snake suffered a tail injury and was rescued by People for Animals. After the treatment was over, it was released into the wild once again. Organizations like People for Animals also saves and rehabilitates birds and other animals. The modern world has made us insensitive to other species. We believe that we are the only inhabitants on this planet. But we must take some time out to consider that our impulse for development is destroying lives. Lives of animals who share this world with us. But amidst this grim reality, there is some hope. People like Jayaprakash and organizations like Akhila Pranidaya Sangha, Samabhava, Let's Live Together and People for Animals are responsible for saving thousands of lives. They have opened their homes and their hearts to these animals. Maybe we can do the same.